January 2024 will be a month you want to pay attention to. As you can see, they're pushing extremely hard on the Trump narrative. Now, I've been trying to warn you guys about 2024 and the massive consciousness shift, financial shift, and spiritual shift. Today is December 26, 2023, 1 week until New Year's. Now, usually around these times, there's what we call black swans. They get us to look this way. There's a whole nother narrative going on this way. Now, none of this is financial advice. It's just my opinion based on 8 to 9 hours a day of research and devoting my life to understanding history to predict the future. So you are going to see radically the heating up of the Trump narrative. They're going to throw everything at him, causing a separation in between the left and right. And as we all look this way and we're drunk in the Coliseum, the things like the Jeffrey Epstein contacts or flight logs that are going to get released in January, it's ironic that they're releasing them in January where all this push is happening, are just going to get pushed under the rug. What happened to Hawaii, guys? I don't see anybody posting about that anymore. I don't see anybody posting about what happened at Obama's house. So we don't talk about Maui anymore, what happened at Obama's house. And I guarantee the Jeffrey Epstein stuff is just going to get pushed under the rug. And as you can see in different music industries, a lot of people are getting exposed for weird acts. But what you're not seeing behind the scenes is a radical transformation in your financial system. And there's only 5% of people in the world that have exposure to this. As you look this way and you're worried about what's happening with the left and the right, they are transforming your whole financial system. As everybody's protesting against an invisible enemy, they're tokenizing your assets. As everybody's trying to prove that their side is right, they're about to change the way that you do money. And there's a small percentage of the population that was able to pull their head this way, was able to understand that God is our president and CEO and Jesus is our running mate. We're Jesus' running mate. And was able to love other people as they love God and can see because the wool's been pulled off of their eyes. Instead of complaining about this system, we understood how the system worked. And some of us invested in a very speculative asset called crypto. And I promise you, as you're looking at this way, all this stuff happening with the left and right, there's going to be a group of people getting very wealthy on this side. Interestingly enough, if you tap in, tune in, and you meet a lot of these people, it's not just about money. There's a spiritual warfare going on as well. So I want you to pay attention to January and the black swans that are happening. And if you can, try to turn your head the other way and really see what's going on and see why they're getting you to look this way. Because when we were drunk in the Coliseum during the Roman days, the Trojan horse came in. And just take a look around America. Very similar, very familiar pattern. So here's exactly what I've done since 2020. Not financial advice, just speaking from my paradigm. Is number one, I invest in a speculative asset called crypto in 2019 back end going into 2020. I created a very strict plan in crypto, knowing that it's an extremely speculative asset, knowing that I could lose every single dime. So knowing that every single time it pumped, I pulled profits. But then I realized that I was just going to repeat the same process that made me broke 3 times. So I started to study at a deep level how wealth moves through the system and how the multimillionaires and billionaires operate. Multimillionaires and billionaires operate a lot different than millionaires. Millionaires show you their stuff, their Lambos, their houses. They still have the broken little boy or girl inside still trying to get edification. And multimillionaires, every single time they get money, they make money. They multiply it. And then when you transition from multimillionaires to billionaires, you transition from making, transferring money, growing money, to protecting money. So I started at a small level. So I started protecting my wealth in insurance. Just like they told you to insure your life, I insured my life and my wealth. Then I diversified. Business, I went deep. Information, technology, education, and attention. And I realized that entrepreneurship, if it's scaled properly and you're above the business, not in the business, and you're able to duplicate yourself, that's one of the quickest ways to wealth. Because I take the increased earned income every quarter and I reinvest it back into the system. I also learned about precious metals, so I used a little bit of silver for barterability, and I'll be getting into gold for store value next year. As the interest rates come down, I believe it will go parabolic. Now I'm learning about real estate because of the tax liabilities due to my increased income. So I'll be going heavy into real estate, not worried about interest rates, because I know when these interest rates drop in this hyperinflation and fucked up economy, that these homes are going to go through the roof. So not only will you have an appreciating asset, but when interest rates drop, you can refinance at a lower payment. My insurance is one of my biggest catalysts. My principal's secure, I have the potential for market-like returns. I can borrow against my cash value if it's set up properly, tax-free, and I can buy more assets. And the last phase that I'm in right now is what I call the Rockefeller Trust. So I'm in the process of finishing up all the paperwork for my Rockefeller Trust, which is a waterfall system. And once that's done, I will come present exactly how it's set up to you guys. Because I don't want this just for me. I'm already free here. I'm already free here because of Jesus and God. I want this for my family, as bad as I want to breathe. So please yield my warning. As you look this way, there's always another narrative going on this way. Instead of protesting about it, instead of arguing about it, do something about it. Nobody's coming to save you. So I hope this information reaches you well. It's coming from my family's heart to yours. And I love you very much. 2024 is going to be the greatest year in our living history. Get prepared. Warriors, rise! Get your shit together. Love you guys. Remember, I will never proactively DM you. That is not me in your comments. That's not me DMing you on Instagram, Telegram, any of that stuff. I do not invest people's money. Do not ask about your portfolio. We have a licensed insurance team. I'm a licensed insurance agent. I have my own company. I have licensed insurance agents in all 50 states. You can set up a free consultation in my bio. Absolutely free. Number 2, I have a 16-page guide. It's absolutely free. We're my current paradigm. And once I add my waterfall system, I'll be adding that to my book. And that's free. And number 3, you can interview to get into our private coaching program. Remember, there is no get rich quick, guys. It takes patience, persistence, and rewiring all the deep-rooted indoctrination from a system that was designed to keep us poor, broke, and sick. I love you guys.